The next category is mystery girls, which also seems to be, at least to me, to us, a new development in 70s chart music. And our first example is, it's an obvious one. You know, sometimes we're just going to hit a fungo out into the left field. And it's a band, of course, that we can never say enough wonderful things about. Fleetwood Mac's Rhiannon. More specifically, of course, Stevie Nicks' Rhiannon, lyrics and song, but of course the band provides, as it always does, the perfect backdrop. Stevie had done, as anyone who cares about these things, the duet album with Buckingham called Buckingham Nicks. Wonderful album.
Yeah,
I know that
it was a regional hit.
I know someone who actually saw them in concert in Birmingham here in '74. And they could have gone on to great things by themselves, but instead, Mick Fleetwood was looking for a replacement for their departed guitarist, Bob Welch. And he went into the studio of his producer, and the producer says, "Let me play you this tape." And he pulls out the Buckingham Nicks tape and plays it, and boom, they're in. Rhiannon, which I think kind of redundantly, I'm not sure if she does it every time now, but usually, usually she does say at the start of the song, "This is a story about a Welsh witch." Not particularly necessary because the song has all the mystery in the world built into it already. What makes Rhiannon a mystery person? Mystery girl.
Well, it's hard to. It's like grabbing mist with Rhiannon. What is there to hold on to as far as anything definitive about her?
Right.
Not just her physically, but just even her presence, whether it's coming or going.
It's a poetic impression.
It's more like a force of nature than a physical, real person.
Which would, of course, be fitting just into the Romantic tradition, right? As these things are like nature, they sweep in, they take you over.
Well, this could be, this is out of Wuthering Heights, you know. However it happened, or why it happened, but don't you agree that this is the song that is associated with Stevie Nicks? That almost it gave her persona?
Well, it gave her the goth persona, but it wasn't just the fleecy robes and the dancing around. It was songs like this that established her as the gothic queen of the period.
It says, "Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win?"
Yeah.
Is he addressing in possible male figures, suitors there, or is it more Rhiannon that?
No. I think she is a force of pure desire, and she will always be forever out of reach.
Forever out of reach. That's
you're going to, like you say, it's fog.
Yeah.
You're reaching for fog.
Yeah.
You're never going to have her.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to a song which, again, seems completely unlikely to a band, for one thing, okay? That seems completely unlikely to make this list. Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Yeah.
Who had a hit rockin' out song, if you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. Yeah. But it was straight up rock and roll.
Yes, it was.
And this song could not be more different than that.
Well,
which is what's weird about it.
This song is Jackie Blue, the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, number 3 peak in 1975.
And a very slow rise, drop sometimes, and then come back up.
I think anybody who really dug this song, I would wager, or would venture to guess anyway, that so much of the appeal of this song is in the mystery of Jackie Blue. What is it with this girl, this woman?
The details never all coalesce into a single picture.
It's more like there's personality description. There's descriptions of her, of the actions.
Lives her life from inside of a room.
Yeah.
Where are we? She's in David Lynch's Inland Empire.
Yeah. You know, this whole song, as far as the details, there's these almost contradictory descriptions or details. You know, she hides a smile when she's wearing a frown. But then, ooh, Jackie, you're not so down.
So is the narrator
You know,
trying to assure her that the situation is bad, or is he bullshitting her and trying to get her to keep doing what she's doing, which we'll talk about in a second.
Making wishes that never come true, going places that she's never been. Ooh, Jackie, you're going again.
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely in kind of a fantasy world of her own inside this room. What's a game, girl, if you never lose? Ask a winner, and you'll probably find Jackie. They've lost at some time. What is going on, and what is it with this show? There have been all sorts of theories trying to pin down Jackie Blue.
Hit us with a few.
With a few. Well, there's one.
The best one.
There's one theory that says that the song was inspired. It's written by Larry Lee and Steve Cash. Larry Lee was the singer of the song, I think, and co-writer, and I believe as the singer, he was the drummer. I've seen a video of them doing the song, and of course, it's always striking when you see the drummer singing a song lead. Yeah. Someone said that it was inspired by someone that members of the Ozark Mountain Daredevils met in Los Angeles.
Met.
Yes, met. Well, I meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And LA's a big town.
Yeah, yeah.
But met who was strung out on drugs. But the one I like, I won't go into all of the theories, but I think the one that's probably most apropos, without actually getting too specific, is that it's simply about a woman in pursuit of happiness, but she never gives anything a long enough time to make her happy. She gets bored too easily, and she's sometimes flighty, sometimes indifferent, sometimes just dreaming of other things. But when I was 14 years old, when this song was a hit, this girl was absolutely fascinating to me. There was a part of me, I know, that wanted to just jump in the song and fix her or save her or rescue her.
But here's my theory on why you wanted to rescue her, because at our age now, I'm totally convinced. I mean, we've heard stories from reliable sources about a brothel about 10 miles out of Meridian, Mississippi called Ma Shoemates.
Oh, yeah.
And the bikers that bring women in and out. Now, what is living your life nowhere in a room, than that kind of semi-slavery? I guess it would be abject sexual slavery. That's what I would say it's about now. But Lord, I didn't know about Ma Shoemates in 1974. So it remained this puzzle that we could not figure out.
Yeah.
It's
a really messed up situation.
I'm just saying, if she's a captive, she has no choice in the matter, which makes it even more. It brings even more pathos to the song. And
of course, we're just looking at lyrics, but the music, the song, the pathos from which the song was sung. But what added to the mystery was that great slide guitar.
Oh yeah,
that slide guitar in the song,
which is twice as long on the album version.
Yes, album versions. We love album versions. In fact, the album version had an extra verse in this song, which was also key to the song. So Jackie Blue, this southern rock and roll band from the Ozarks, who had If You Want to Get to Heaven, Raise a Little Hell, and then they hit us with this in '75. We never saw this coming. But
none of the
love Jackie
southern
Blue.
rock bands, which we love a lot of them.
Well, you had Sweet Melissa, but
none of them would have approached this kind of subject in this kind of way. They were blues based. They said what they wanted to say, and often brilliantly. Ronnie Van Zant, for instance, but they wouldn't have touched a concept like this. Well, aren't people going to wonder what the hell's going on? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And that's why I have to buy the single.
And listen to it 100 times.
Now, our third category is simply called empathy. What it deals with is an empathy for the woman's point of view, but that had rarely been expressed in the pop sphere. The folk sphere, absolutely. And by the time you got to the indie 80s, 90s, but in the 70s, especially on the charts, these things were rarities. And our first song is going to be by the mixed race band Hot Chocolate from Great Britain. This is 1975. The song is called Emma. It begins. Everybody hates it when I do mouth guitar. But Hot Chocolate had one of the best, rawest guitar sounds applied to singles that made the top 40 during that decade. They were really amazing. Errol Brown was the lead singer and writer or co-writer of many of their greatest songs. Brother Louie, which was not a hit for them in the U.S., but of course the Stories took it to #1 over here. But then in 1975, you get Emma. And what are we going through with Emma?
Oh boy! Well, we have another narrative song here
We
in
have
our hands, and those usually work out okay in the 70s. But with Emma, at least the love interest or boyfriend interest that is in the song, in this case, is very supportive.
He's completely helpless against her situation.
And
that's where the song is centered.
Okay. They were together since they were 5. Okay. She was pretty. The line is she was a star in everyone's eyes. And when she said she'd be a movie queen, nobody laughed. Her face like an angel, she could be anything. Okay. So this is an American Idol wannabe that I have a lot of sympathy for. She's not obnoxious. She's not vain. She's not, oh, I know I'm great.
Nobody's flipping off the camera.
Yeah. She's just simply a beautiful girl with some talent. If I'm the boyfriend, of course, you're going to support her.
Mm-hmm.
The fantasies of seeing her name on the silver screen.
Right.
That
has duped a million.
And then the verse, sometimes she would come home so depressed that she'd be crying in the back room, feeling distressed.
And again, an unspoken subtext. We all know about those casting calls. I really actually hate to put this in there, but Joe Brooks, the writer of one of our least favorite songs of all time, You Light Up My Life,
yeah, we covered
was indicted for casting call rapes in the 2000s and killed himself before he came to trial.
Yeah.
So let's not forget.
Dark side to that.
Well, let's not forget that casting call meant what it meant back then.
But so Joe Brooks was a Cosby before his time, huh?
Yeah.
But but anyway, the boyfriend is always the supportive one here. You're going to be the biggest star this world's ever seen. And then we get to the definitive ending here. It was a cold and dark December night when I opened the bedroom door to find her lying still and cold up on the bed. A love letter lying on the bedroom floor. It read, "Darling, I love you, but I just can't keep on living on dreams no more. I tried so very hard not to leave you alone. I just can't keep on trying no more." But what chills you to the marrow of your bones with this song is the ending, which I would say is right up there with one of the great screams in rock and roll, right up there with Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah. I am not going to try to emulate that sucker either.
I'm not either.
Just call the thing up on YouTube.
Listen to it and listen to the singer's anguished screams of the name Emmeline.
Yeah. You can feel it. It'll mess up your sunshine.
It will mess up your sunshine. Yeah. Chilling song.
And again, why are songs like this relegated to the indie world? Is there, does someone think that this kind of anguish and torment has gone away? That millions of people couldn't relate to a tragic story like this? It's a rare point of total body and soul empathy that is too rare among any kind of music, but especially on the top 40 and especially in our silly 70s.
L.A. proved too much for the man. And It Never Rains in Southern California said, "Please don't tell him how you found me."